So many comments. Let me read. So, cosmos is listening to our words, and the cosmos is inside us, and we are the cosmos, and we are God. Wonderful. Inside are all formless, and beyond all manifestation. Don't identify the mind and body. Nurture bhakti and love in inner space. Human being, this is the message to Bhagavad Gita. Grace for all beings, Krishna. Human beings not here in the ignorance. Everything is me. All right. Let's move ahead with the chapter 14. Is find your root pattern and complete. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. It's called in Sanskrit. Natural attributes, 3 gunas. See, how many of you know Sattva, Rajas, Tamas? There are 3 gunas, meaning characters. The way we behave, the way our tendencies are Sattva, Rajas, Tamas in Sanskrit. The 3 attributes of nature in which all living beings exist. Krishna also explains the 3 layers of the body-mind system, the prana, sharira, mana sharira, and sukshma sharira, which are the physical, mental, subtle bodies, respectively. Triguna. Triguna means 3 means number 3. Guna means attributes or characters. The 3 attributes. The sattva is, I'll just go over briefly. Sattva is goodness, rajas is passion, and tamas is ignorance. So, the sattva refers to the root pattern that leads us to joy, bliss, and space of completion. And rajas refers to the root pattern that leads us to restlessness, excitement, and to work intensely. The aggressive work. And then tamas is laziness, dull, avoid everything. That is tamas. The level of an animal is the level of instinct, which is tamas. The level of man is the level of intellect, which is rajas. The level of God is the level of intuition, which is sattva. So, if we are caught in tamas, we need to move towards rajas. If we are caught in rajas, we need to move towards sattva. And if we are caught in sattva, it will automatically lead us to enlightenment. With the great clarity, the Master Krishna tells us what to do. Krishna explained the nature of one and who has transcended the 3 gunas. One who has gone beyond his natural attributes, one who has completed with his root patterns. He explains what we need to do to become a Triguna Rahita, to become liberated from the influence of the 3 gunas. He is beyond the play of emotions. Whatever happens is right for him. He doesn't bother about success or failure. It means the same. He's beyond. Friend and foe makes no difference. Poverty, richness has no influence. Such an attitude of total detachment requires one thing: complete trust and surrender. Bhakti yogena sevate. Devotion is unfailing in all circumstances. The space of completion alone liberates us. Complete devotion, you serve everyone, that liberates. That is the essence of chapter 14. Now, chapter 15, Purushottama Yoga. No questions, only doubts. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Uttha Moolamadasyakam Asvattam prahuravyayam chandram jiyasya parnasi yastam veda savedavit. Meaning, the verse meaning is, that's the essence of the Purushottama Yoga. Words that are settled in our inner space form the bone structure of our life. Words expressed or coming out when we are alone are the root patterns or samskaras printed in the causal body. Our lives revolve around them. If we are if we give conflicting, contradictory words, the bone structure of our life will be a circle, foot, and a square, and rectangle, all crooked perversions. So, if you start blurring your life, how will it be? Crooked, perverted, incomplete, and useless. So, the choice of words that we use, words expressed and coming out when you are alone, are the root pattern or samskaras printed in our causal body. You create this body according to the root thought patterns or samskaras in the causal layer. You are hypnotized to believe that your past has influence over the future. No. Till this moment, if somebody is a sinner, the next moment he can become a saint. Till this moment, if somebody is a saint, next moment he can become a sinner. That is the beauty of Mahakala, the time. Programming our causal layer. Those who are free from pride, delusion, and attachment, those who dwell in the self, who are complete with lust, who are free from the dualities of joy and sorrow, not confused, and who know how to surrender to the Supreme Person, attain the eternal consciousness. The ordinary human being, Jiva Bhuta, is in control of his destiny. All that nature provides are path in our lives, and we choose the path we travel by. We decide the path. What drives us is into taking one fork to another is vasana, meaning the smell that our spirit carries, the patterns. It is the subtle imprint of our past actions, samskaras, and karmas. It is not definitive or predestined. We have the choice to redefine that vasana, that smell, into either a stink or a wonderful fragrance. It is in our hands whether we wish to travel in the same merry-go-round or decide to break out and walk free in our decision. Just for 21 days, every night before sleeping, do self-completion with all your incompletions for at least 42 minutes. Reliving to reliving. We all going to learn of this technique in our upcoming sessions. Whoever knows me as Supreme, Purushottama, without a doubt, is to be understood as the knower of everything and worship me with all his being. Guru alone gives experience. A teacher knows intellectually. A master knows experientially. A master has experienced what he is speaking. The truth, we don't have to become something new. We need to wake up and realize what we already are. The master never allows us to stop at any step before the full flowering. Again and again, he inspires and takes us to higher levels of conscious experience until we realize we are that eternal consciousness, our true potentiality. That is about the 15th chapter. Now, 16th chapter, Daivamshara Samvada Yoga, you and me. Krishna is saying, who are you, who are me? It's a beautiful chapter. Listen. Krishna speaks extensively about deeper body-mind layer, the causal body. This chapter is called the Purushottama Yoga, or the Yoga of Perfected Being. Krishna points that how the body-mind system is like a unique tree with its roots in the physical world and the branches in the causal world. Here, in the 16th chapter, he moves into deeper energy layers of our body-mind system and takes us to the cosmic layer. Krishna speaks about the qualities of the divine or Daiva, and the demonic or Rakshasa. The yoga of divine and the demonic nature. Krishna speaks about the qualities of the divine, Daiva, and demonic Asura. The beauty is that both these words have the same root. All the root thought patterns or biomemories, samskaras, are stored in causal layer. They operate without our control. Decisions are made without our knowledge. However, at the deeper level, in the cosmic layer, we decide consciously, you are me. You, when you always say you first, that is divine. And we always think about us, me, that is demonic quality. Daiva or Asura. When you make a decision of you, we radiate divine qualities. When you make decision of me, we radiate demonic qualities. The word me means ego. The word you means the whole of existence. When our identity evaporates, when our ego dissolves, whatever is left is existence, that is divine, Daivik. We create the demon by bringing the idea of me. The moment we bring the idea of me, whatever is there is demonic. The moment me idea is removed, whatever is there is divine. Next, Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga. The meaning of this is authenticity, straight way to liberation. Living is about having Shraddha, meaning courage of authenticity to live the truth. Your convictions and your day-to-day life is living. Shraddha is a total conviction in what we are feeling, thinking, speaking, and doing. There should be no doubt in our mind about the path that we are following and why we are following it. Authenticity is being sincere to the four aspects of you. The inner image, we will be learning all these images. So basically, being sincere to all these four is authenticity. Practice authenticity. Whatever you do, every dimension of your life, at every level of your thinking, at every level of your cognizance, practice authenticity. I mean, what best I can do. All the time, every moment, practice authenticity. What else I can add? What best I can do? That is practicing authenticity. Understand that the ultimate step or the straight way to enlightenment is authenticity, to live the truth. Enriching without expectation. Incarnation, still landing on planet Earth to make all of you to enlighten, is nothing but the universe practicing responsibility. He leads you to the path of complete cognition of an experience of the ultimate consciousness and ultimately to love and oneness with the divine. This is where the role of Guru is important. This is the most important chapter. The last chapter we entered, that is Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Drop everything and surrender. Essence of the entire Bhagavad Gita is Sarva Dharman Parityagam Mamekam Sharanam Raja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Isyami Manushaha. Drop everything, whatever you know as dharma, whatever you know as life, whatever you think you know, just drop it. Drop everything and surrender. Whatever you know is only your knowledge. It is just what you know. It is not what is. Knowledge does not prove existence. There is no I, there is no mine. Can whatever you think of I, either your body or mind, function without air? Bhagavan beautifully answered, question this. Can you say that the air belongs to you? The basic energy, the prana, which goes in and comes out, does not belong to you. The prana stops happening. What you think of you disappear, isn't it? Are you able to follow Krishna's beautiful questioning? The air doesn't belong to you. I and mine, constantly thinking, is the root of all our problems. Krishna is not saying, give all your wealth to Guru. It's not that. It is understanding the basic cognitions to be corrected. I and mine, the reason for all problems. These two instincts of holding on to I and mine are the reason for physical and mental problems. The instinct to survive, the instinct to possess are the root cause of all our problems. If we do not internalize and the outer incidents, and if we treat them with the indifference they deserve, we experience what I call surrender. A small story. One day, Sri Vishnu, Mahavishnu, was resting on Adishesha, his bed that is actually a big serpent. Lakshmi, his consort, was pressing his feet. This is known as Pada Seva, service to the feet. Suddenly, Sri Vishnu called for his vehicle, Garuda. He stood up, ran for a few steps, stopped, and then walked back. Lakshmi Devi was puzzled and asked what had happened. Sri Vishnu explained that he had seen a man throwing stones at one of his devotees who was meditating. He jumped up, intending to protect him. However, he saw the devotee open his eyes and pick up a stone to defend himself. When Vishnu saw that the man could protect himself, he decided not to go. Thus, when you protect yourself and your property, he withdraws. To protect does not mean that you should not lock your house. It means that you should drop the instinct to survival. The instinct of survival constantly tortures you, but the instinct to survive kills you every moment. Renunciation, not struggling with goal and purpose. Whether it is spiritual or worldly activity, as long as you struggle with a purpose and goal, you can never relax. The person who surrenders to the flow of life experiences the inner space and outer space at the same time. As long as you struggle with completion, you don't enrich. As long as you struggle with enriching, you are not complete. When you relax both, you fall into your inner consciousness. You belong to or your being or your inner space. Surrendering your senses. You can experience Krishna consciousness not just by surrendering the intellect or emotions, but also by surrendering the root of the intellect and emotions. That is the senses. The senses supply the data. When you surrender them, the source of the data is surrendered. When you surrender your senses, the root cognition of yourself, you lose your identification with the body and mind. The moment you trust me more than your senses, you experience that you are God. You then understand the meaning of Tattvamasi. Literally, that meaning is you are divine. When you surrender more than your senses to Bhagwan, you experience you are that Tattvamasi. You are also divine, which is the essence of all the spiritual path. Any questions? Please do let me know. Whatever is understanding, I know I'm going a little bit faster, but yeah. Please. One who communicates the supreme secret to the devotees perform the highest devotional service to me, and at the end, he will without doubt come back to me. Krishna promises to happen again and again. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujanyaham pavitranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Whenever the collective unconsciousness increases to establish the righteousness of the eternal consciousness, I myself appear millennium after millennium. The possibility of enlightenment is kept open for the future generations on planet Earth. It is a promise. It is a deliverance to all of humanity. Now, take few moments now to pray to Parabrahma Krishna. Few minutes, you can let's understand before we take that prayer. Let's listen to Swamiji for a few minutes.
With Arjuna forever. Now he is putting him into the enlightenment. into that experience of enlightenment. He is waking him up. He is just waking him up to the ultimate truth. Once a person goes to Zen master and asks, Master, how can I become good? 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 Master.
Sorry for the technical glitch. We had some technical glitch. Just a moment, please. So, Ma Christina, any questions in the meantime where I'm setting up the... Sorry for the technical glitch. In the meantime, couple of minutes. Any questions, please do let me know.
you slap. And the story says, suddenly he became awakened. He experienced the Buddhahood in himself. Of course, then Master explains, if Buddha comes to me and asks, how can I become Buddha? What can I tell? I can only just shake and tell, you are that. You are that. Wake up from the sleep. Slap your face and wake up from the sleep. Nothing else needs to be done. Here, Krishna just totally wakes up. He just shakes the Arjuna and waking him up from the long slumber, which we call samsara sagara, or unconsciousness, which we call tamas. He just shakes the Arjuna and gives him the ultimate experience of enlightenment and puts him in that same state forever. Forever. As I was telling you, the three levels of surrender. Surrender in the level of intellect, emotion and senses. Here, Krishna puts the Arjuna in that ultimate level of surrender. Tatraivam sadigartaram atmanam kevalam tuyaha pashyatyakrita buddhinvan na pashyati durmati. Therefore, one who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the other factors, the Paramatma, which is operating the whole, the ultimate consciousness, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. As long as you have the idea of I and you, I and mine, you cannot see what is. You will see things only as you want. I always tell people, when we are prejudiced with I and mine, we will never collect arguments and give judgment. The judgment will be ready. We will collect arguments to support the judgment. Throughout our life, we are doing the same. We just collect arguments to support the judgment. Yasya naham krito bhavo buddhir yasya na lipyate hatva visaimal logan nahanti na nibadyate. One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions. Very dangerous statement. Very dangerous statement. He goes to the extreme, and no master except Krishna can make such a courageous statement. Krishna makes a courageous statement, bold statement. One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor he is bound by his actions. Of course, a man who has gone to that level of experience will never even think of killing. As long as you have the idea I and mine, you will try to always attack or kill. When you exclude, you start killing. But the surrender never teaches you to exclude. By surrender, you will learn how to include the whole thing. How to include the whole thing. One important thing. Only when you feel insecure, you kill others. Please be very clear. To make war, you don't need courage. You need cowardness. Only cowards create wars. They are afraid that we will be killed, so they start killing others. To kill others, you don't need courage. You need only cowardness. The person who is courageous will never kill others. The person who is courageous will be established in non-violence. Only cowards will continuously try to hurt others. Courageous person will never hurt others. That's why Krishna makes a bold statement. One whose intelligence is not entangled, even if he kills, he is not. It means he is emphasizing, let you be liberated from entanglements. Let you liberate yourself from the false ego. He is not asking you go and kill. That's a very big problem. People always make their own meaning out of the words. You make your own meaning. You make your own understanding. A small story. One Zen monk goes to the master and he asks something, and he is just kicked out of the ashram, monastery. The next month he asks, what happened? Why are you punished? What did you do? Why are you so sad? The monk says, no, I just asked, can I smoke when I meditate? The master kicked me out of the ashram. Monk said, fool, you don't know how to ask. Wait 10 minutes, I will come back. He goes and he comes out and he is smoking inside the ashram. The monk who is punished, he asked, what is the secret? Tell me. No, I went to the master and asked, can I meditate when I smoke? I asked the master, can I meditate when I smoke? Same thing. I know how to put it. Sometimes you need to know how to present. Of course, don't make your own meaning out of this statement. This statement means be liberated from false ego. Don't start killing. These two ideas. Smoking at the time of meditation, meditation at the time of smoking. Two different things. You can do meditation at the time of smoking, it's okay. But don't smoke at the time of meditation. You can meditate at the time of smoking, but never smoke at the time of meditation. Means taking the other meaning. Here Krishna says, one who is not motivated by false ego, one who has experienced, he is the truth and he is the whole, he is the ultimate. Even if he kills, he is not killing. Out of this statement, make the right meaning. By this word, Krishna inspires you to experience the truth. He is not inspiring you to go around and kill everybody. We need to make the right understanding out of this statement. A small story. A Jew, an Italian and a Pole. All the three guys, they go to a interview in police academy. First, Jew enters into the room. Officer asks, before we give admission, we wanted to have a simple test of general knowledge. He asked, who killed Jesus? Jew said, Romans. He said, all right, tomorrow you can join the academy. You can go. Next person, Italian came. He asked, the officer asked, who killed the Jesus? He replied, Romans. All right. Tomorrow you can come and join. Third day came. Officer asked, who killed the Jesus? He said, I am not sure. Then officer says, all right, you can go back, think, you can take one day, then come back and tell me. He comes back to the evening. He comes back to the house in the evening and he tells his wife, see, first day itself, they gave me a murder case to analyze. They gave me a murder case to work with. Please understand, you can make any meaning out of this word. You can make any meaning out of this word. Do not make a wrong meaning out of this statement. When Krishna says, a man who is not caught in the false ego, even if he kills, he is not killing. He means liberate yourself from false ego. It doesn't mean go around and kill people. We should understand the truth behind this statement. But only a master like Krishna can give such a solid, courageous statements. Jnananam jneyam parinyata trivida karma chodana karanam karma kartedi trivida karma sangraha. All these things constitutes action. All these things are reason for anything to happen. And the next sloka he continues. Bhaktyam abhijanati yavan yachasmi tattvataha tado mam tattvado jnatva visade tadanantaram. One can understand me as I am, as a supreme personality or the ultimate, by surrendering all these things into me. Bhaktya. When you just relax from all the bubbles which you collected just to support you or what you think as you, when you relax, then you understand the whole is me. You are not just a part, you are whole. And here he says, when one is fully consciousness, when one is in full consciousness of the eternal consciousness, when one is fully conscious of me, he enters into the eternal consciousness. He liberates himself. He liberates himself. Whatever you think, knower, known, knowledge, whatever you know, including your knowledge about God, is about God. Please understand, whatever you know about God is about God, not God himself. So drop that also. Suddenly you will experience God. When you drop your knowledge about God, you will experience God. You will experience God. Otherwise, you will be just reading menu card. You will never taste the food. Don't waste your life just reading menu card. Let you experience the food. Let you experience the taste. Sarva karman yabhisata kurvano matyabhasrayaha matprasada dadivapnoti shasvatam padam avyayam. Though engaged in all kinds of activities, my bhakta is protected by me, reaches the eternal consciousness just by my presence and blessing. Just now I was expressing this concept to some of our friends. When you relax, the instinct which continuously tries to protect you, just relax from that instinct. Suddenly you will create a space in which the power of coincidence can happen. Here he says, even if you are engaged in all kinds of activity, if you are my bhakta, means if you are surrendering just because of my protection, under my protection, you will experience the eternal or the ultimate eternal consciousness. You see, if he wants to give only the spiritual world, he doesn't have to say protection. Here he uses the word protection, means here he says outer world and the inner world both. The person who surrenders will experience both. All you need to do is a simple thing, get out, he will get in. Just get out, he will simply get in. A small story. One day, Vishnu was resting in his Sesha, the Adi Sesha. He is just resting, relaxing. Devi, Lakshmi was just doing Padaseva, pressing the feet. In those days, Women used to serve as men. In those days, Puranas say, women used to serve men. So, she was serving Krishna, she was serving Vishnu. Suddenly, Vishnu got up and ran for a few steps. After a few minutes, without sitting in the Garuda Vagana, he came back. He called Garuda, Garuda came, he ran to sit on the Garuda to go somewhere. But the moment Garuda came, without sitting on Garuda, he came back. Without sitting on the Garuda Vagana, he came back and sat. Lakshmi asked, what happened? Suddenly you rushed and you did not even go. The moment you saw the Garuda Vagana, you came back. What happened? Vishnu says, below, I saw one of my devotee. He was sitting and meditating on me. One antisocial element, on another one person. He was throwing stones to attack, to disturb my devotee. So I ran to protect him. Suddenly I saw this guy who was meditating. He opened his eyes and he picked up a stone to attack him back. Then I thought, all right, you yourself protect yourself. I came back. When I saw he is protecting himself, he is defending, I came back. I am sitting here. Understand? When you protect, he just rests and relax. When I use the word protect, I am not asking you not to lock your house. No. I am asking you to drop the survival of instinct, the instinct of survival. The survival instinct, which is continuously torturing you, which is continuously killing you. I tell you, the instinct to survive is the great killer. Nobody else kills you so much except the instinct of survival. If somebody kills you, he will kill you only at one point. Only once you will die from his hand. But the instinct of survival, continuously, every moment it kills you. Every moment you go through that expression, that experience. You go through that experience. All you need to do, just surrender the instinct to survive. You will suddenly wake up. And Krishna says, I protect you. Of course, intellectually you can never understand. Intellectually you can never understand this. How can I be protected by somebody who gave statements some thousands of years ago? By somebody, how can it be possible? How can I be protected just by surrendering my survival instinct? And only I have to protect me. You always have problem. A small story. One born blind man, he went to the doctor and asked, doctor, can you do something and give me my eyes back? Doctor said, don't bother. I'll do something. I'll do a surgery. You will have your eyes. After that, you can walk without the stick. Blind man said, doctor, I can understand that you will do a surgery. I can understand I will have my eyes back. But how can I walk without stick? By and by, stick has become part of his being. He started thinking, I cannot walk without stick. Intellectually, you cannot convince him. You can walk without stick after the surgery. You can't. But once the surgery is over, automatically he will throw the stick away and he will start walking. Same way I tell you, for you to exist, there is no need for instinct of survival. Survival instinct is not necessary for you to exist. Just surrender. Allow the surgery to be done on your being. Allow the operation to happen. You don't need fear or the instinct, the survival of instinct to exist. But you always ask the question, how can that be? How can I live without fear? Just like this blind man can never be convinced intellectually. He can never be convinced. He can walk without stick unless the surgery happens. Only when the surgery happens, only when he gets his eyes back, only after the experience he can understand he can live without stick. He can walk without stick. Same way, only when you surrender, only when you relax from the instinct to survive, suddenly something happens to you. The new consciousness happens to you. Then automatically you realize, you experience, you can live without the survival, the instinct to survive and instinct to possess. Without these two, you can live. Your life doesn't need instinct to survive and instinct to possess to experience the truth, or your life doesn't need instinct to survive and instinct to possess even to live in the material world. That is what Krishna means, under my protection. Under my protection, it means he himself takes care, his very energy. Actually, when you surrender the instinct to survive, you create a space in which the power of coincidence starts working. Automatically things fall in line. Automatically you are protected and you are taken care. Here Krishna goes to the next step of explaining the truth. Tameva saranam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param santim sadanam prapsyasi saswatam. He starts giving experience now. Krishna starts the radiating of eternal consciousness. He starts radiating the eternal consciousness. He is putting Arjuna into that consciousness, into that enlightenment. Just take few minutes and please relax at least for these few minutes from all the thoughts and ideas which is going in your head. There is every possibility along with him, by his grace, we may also have the glimpse of what Arjuna received. It is just because of our instinct to survive and instinct to possess we miss. Now, if we can relax from that, just for next few minutes, when you go back, you can take it, no problem. Just for a few minutes, keep them away from your consciousness, inner space, you may have the glimpse. There is every possibility, not only you may, you can have the glimpse what Arjuna received. The same thing we can experience by the grace of Krishna. Tameva saranam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param santim sthanam prapsyasi saswatam. He says, Tameva saranam gaccha. Throughout this Gita, he always mentions I, me, surrender to me, representing the divine. Suddenly, he changes the word, surrender unto him. First time, Krishna is speaking in this language. Surrender unto him means he has expanded from the body. Now he is speaking as a Parabrahma Krishna. Now he is speaking from the eternal consciousness. He is speaking from the eternal consciousness. That is why he says, surrender unto him. He is not saying, surrender to me. He usually uses the word me. Now he is using the word surrender unto him. Means he has now expanded to put Krishna into that experience. To give that experience to disciple, you should be in that same experience. Now he is expanding into that experience. Before the puja is done, the priest will do Anganyasa Karanyasa mantra. The Anganyasa and Karanyasa, Angushtabhyam, Darjanibhyam, beyond the body. Purifying and going beyond is one and the same. Consciousness. Here, Krishna says, Tameva Saranam Gacha. Surrender unto him means he has expanded. He is not now able to use the word me. He has just suddenly expanded to that energy, eternal consciousness. He says, Tameva Saranam Gacha. Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace, you will attain eternal consciousness and the supreme peace. Tameva saranam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapsyasi sasvatam. He is expanded into that eternal consciousness. He is about to give the energy darshan. He is expanded into that consciousness to shower himself on Arjuna. Sarva guhya damambuya srunu me paramam vasaha ishtosi me dridamidi tado vakshyami dehitam. Because you are dear friend, I express this truth to you, which is most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me. It is for your benefit. Now he enters into the experience. I think we should all take few minutes, at least few seconds, to pray to the Parabrahma Krishna who showered the enlightenment on Arjuna, who showered the ultimate experience on Arjuna, to shower the same on all of us, at least to give the glimpse of that truth to all of us. Please just take few minutes, close your eyes, intensely pray to him. Don't think he is not available now. He is available to the planet Earth all the time. He may not have the body, but he is available in the form of energy always. That is why we tell the gods which are in the temple, they are called Archavatara. He is the incarnation of the Vigraha. He is the incarnation of divine. He will be available whenever we call him. Just take few minutes and pray to him intensely. Let him shower the same experience on all of us, which is showered on Arjuna. Relax and listen to the words of Krishna. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi kaundeya pradijane priyosi me. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam de pradijane priyosi me. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. This is the way you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my great bhakta and dear one to me. Now he comes to the ultimate teaching, which is the essence, quintessential essence of all the teachings, the ultimate thing, and he just wakes him up just by this one sloka. Through this one sloka, Krishna wakes up Arjuna and puts him into the Krishna consciousness, eternal consciousness, enlightenment. Here Krishna starts, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja agam tva sarva bhavebhyo moksha yikshami ma suchaha. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja agam tvam sarva bhavebhyo moksha yikshami ma suchaha. Now Krishna showers himself on Arjuna, waking him up to the experience of whole. He says, Sarvadharman parityajya, give up everything, whatever you know as dharma, as a life. Dharma means the rules and regulations of the outer life and rules and regulations of the inner life. Whatever you know, let you drop everything and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from everything. Do not fear. He just gives the abhaya. He just gives the complete abhaya. Sarvadharman parityajya mam yegam saranam vraja agam tvam sarvabhavebhyo moksha ikshami masuchaha. He just liberates Arjuna just by this one word. He just gives the ultimate experience to Arjuna by this one sloka. He makes Arjuna to drop everything and gives him the conscious experience of the ocean. He is telling, just drop all the idea which you collected about the bubble. Relax and realize what is. You can't even tell it is an ocean, because even the idea of ocean is your idea about ocean. It will not be ocean. Even if we say you will become God, it will be your idea about God. But here, he just makes Arjuna explode into the Krishna consciousness, into the eternal consciousness. Sarva dharman parityajya mam yekam saranam vraja agam tva sarva bhavebhyo moksha yikshami ma suchaha. Now Krishna liberates Arjuna and gives the experience of ultimate permanently to Arjuna. You can't call him anymore as Arjuna because he has become Krishna. He has achieved the Krishna consciousness. Now only Krishna exists. When only Krishna exists, you can't even say Krishna, because as long as the Arjuna and Krishna both are there, you can say one is Arjuna, another one is Krishna. Now there is no two, only one, and we have no name for it. Now that energy showers. Adyeshyate chayayimam dharmyam samvatamavayo jnana yanyena dehanam ishtasyamiti memati. He blesses the whole universe. Now he blesses the whole universe with his grace and compassion. How he showered on Arjuna and how he made Arjuna to experience him and merge Arjuna in himself. That same consciousness now showers on the whole world. I declare that whoever studies this sacred conversation achieves jnana yajna, achieves the same consciousness and same space of my eternal consciousness. He blesses all of us by His grace, giving this assurance and blessing. Adyeshyate chaya imam dharmyam samvatamaavayo jnana yajnena dehanam ishtam syamiti me madihi. He blesses all of us out of His compassion and tremendous grace that we all are His own, and He blesses all of us that we will achieve Him through this Jnana Yajna. Jnana Yajna means offering ourselves in that knowledge, completely purifying ourselves in that knowledge. Here He promises, whoever studies this sacred conversation, this truth, they achieve me because of this Jnana Yajna. They disappear into me because of this is Jnana Yajna. When you put anything into the fire, it disappears into the fire. Nothing remains. Same way, when you put yourself into the Gita study, you will not be there. You will not be there as you are. You disappear into Him. You disappear into Him. Only He remains. Only He exists. Only He stays. Now, completely, the whole experience of truth has descended on Arjuna, and his blessings are with all of us. Let us pray to the ultimate consciousness to put us all into that same experience, in that same energy. Relax into that same energy. The grace and compassion of Sri Krishna, the grace and compassion of Parandama, the grace and compassion of Parabrahma Krishna, who showered on Arjuna and on all of us. Vasudeva Sudham Devam Gamsachanuramardhanam Devagi Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Nashto moga smrutirlapta vatprasadanmayachyutah stidosmi kada sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Now, whatever consciousness working through Arjuna, because we cannot use the word Arjuna anymore, that is expressing the gratitude, overflowing with the gratitude. O Krishna, out of your grace, the illusion has disappeared. I regained my memory. He is not telling, I achieved something new. He is telling, suddenly I realize the truth. Suddenly you realize you are ocean. You don't have to achieve it. You just have to remember it. You just have to regain the memory. Reclaim the memory which you lost. He remembers and he says, I am free. Now I am firm and free from doubt and surrendered to your being. And out of deep gratitude, he just overflows. And now Sanjaya is describing, again Sanjaya comes back to the scene, because now neither Krishna can speak nor Arjuna can speak. Both of them in a different mood. Arjuna has disappeared and Krishna is in that ecstasy. Both of them are not in the mood to speak. Sanjaya started when Arjuna was in depression. He was describing the scene because Arjuna is in depression, not able to speak. Krishna is not starting to speak because nothing to speak. In that time, Sanjaya was speaking. Then again, when Krishna was giving first experience, Krishna is in the highest conscious mood and Arjuna was in that ecstasy. Again Sanjaya came to describe the scene because both of them are not in the mood to speak. Now Sanjaya comes back again. Not only both of them are not in the mood to speak, they are not there to speak. Now Arjuna has disappeared into Krishna, and in the Krishna consciousness, in the pure space of Parandama or Parabrahma, nothing is there to speak, to express by words. Sanjaya comes, Vyasa pradasaschattruva netat guhyamaham param yogam yogeswarat krishnat sakshat kadayada swayam. Vyasa prasadasrutat vanedat guhyamam aham param yogam yogeswarat krishnat sakshat kadayada swayam. Sanjaya says, by the mercy of the Vyasa, I heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. Now Sanjaya expresses his gratitude and his joy and his ecstasy hearing this whole thing. I heard this whole thing just by the grace of the Vyasa. Vyasa means Guru. Understand, always, especially in North India, wherever they study the scriptures, that seat is called Vyasapita. The book and the seat is called Vyasapita. By the grace of the Vyasa, the whole truth is revealed to me, because Vyasa is the Adi Guru. Vyasa is the great master. So by the grace of the master, I heard these truths directly from Krishna and experienced the ultimate ecstasy. Rajan samsmritya samvadamimam adbhutam keshavarjuna yo punyam rishyami cha muhurmuhu. He says, O king, he is talking to Dhritarashtra, O king, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and spiritual dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure, great ecstasy, being thrilled at every moment. Muhur muhuhu. Whenever I remember, I am just filled with ecstasy, or I am overflowing with ecstasy. This truth fills me, fills my being completely. I am just showered by the divine grace. He is just expressing his joy, his bliss. Tacha samsmritya rupamatyatbudam hare vishmayo me mahan rajan rishyami cha punaha. O king, as I remember the wonderful form of the Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again. He has nothing to say, just he is flowing. He is not even thinking what he is talking. He is just overflowing with the whole ecstasy. And here he ends the whole conversation beautifully. Yatra yogeswara Krishno yatra partho dhanurdaraha tatra srirvijayo budir dhruvanidir madir mamaha. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the great supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power and morality. This is my opinion. Here he ends the whole thing with a beautiful auspicious blessing, and he says, wherever the Krishna means the name of the Krishna, wherever the name of the Arjuna exists, in all that place, all the victory, all the morality, all the prosperity, all the wealth, all the divine positive energy will shower here. He concludes with this sutra, with this sloka, yatra yogeshvara krishno yatra partho dhanurdaraha tatra srirvijayo budir dhruvanidir madir mamaha. Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama Ashtadashodhyayaha. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunmandi Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tatkadena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yashyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Here ends the ultimate teaching of.
Yes. What a wonderful, the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now, let us pay gratitude to Parabrahma Krishna, the universal Krishna, that he may give us the glimpse of the ultimate truth. Take a few moments to pray. Please close your eyes and pray intensely to him. Let us take a few minutes of offer our gratitude to the great masters. First, offer our gratitude to the great master Sri Krishna, who showered these great truths upon the whole universe. Let us give our gratitude to him. Then come to all the masters who preserved these truths so that we can enjoy the experience these truths in our life. Let us give our gratitude to the entire Guru Parampara, the lineage of the Gurus. Now, let us pay our deepest gratitude to Swamiji. Please, let us pay our deepest gratitude to Swamiji. For retelling all this Bhagavad Gita and sharing with us today with the space of beautiful gratitude. Let's conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tasat Sarvam Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, everyone. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Nithyanandam.